Being in a relationship where something feels off can be distressing. If your partner seems reserved about her past or reacts oddly to casual mentions of other men, you might question her trustworthiness. It's not about judging, but about finding a partner who won't play with your feelings and is ready for a long-term commitment. Here are 8 signs to help you determine if she's had multiple sexual partners and if she's right for you. 1. Comfort with physical intimacy. When you first get intimate, you might expect it to be an amazing experience. However, if it ends up being unexpectedly intense, it could be a sign that she has a lot of experience. If she initiates physical intimacy confidently and seems very comfortable with advanced moves, she might have had multiple partners. Experienced partners tend to have a deeper understanding of what they enjoy and how to please their partner. They might be more open to trying new things and have a higher comfort level with their bodies and sexuality. Pay attention to how she responds to new experiences, and if she shows a level of comfort and confidence that seems beyond what you would expect from someone with limited sexual experience. For example, if she frequently takes the lead during intimate moments and displays a broad knowledge of various techniques or positions, these could be indicators of a well-versed lover. However, it's important to remember that everyone has a unique learning curve and comfort level when it comes to physical intimacy. 2. Avoidance of emotional closeness. Emotional connection is vital in a relationship, helping couples get through tough times together. If she avoids deep conversations and prefers light chats, quickly changes the subject, or avoids talking about feelings, she might be avoiding emotional intimacy. This behavior can be common in someone with multiple past partners. People who have had multiple partners might develop a habit of keeping things on a surface level to protect themselves emotionally. They may have learned to disconnect feelings from physical relationships to avoid getting hurt. This can lead to a reluctance to open up emotionally or to invest deeply in a new relationship. Observe if she deflects questions about her past, avoids discussing future plans involving you, or seems uncomfortable with prolonged eye contact or discussions about emotions. These behaviors can indicate a deeper issue with forming an emotional bond, which might stem from a history of multiple relationships where emotional intimacy was not prioritized. 3. Vague or inconsistent stories. Inconsistencies in her stories about her past can be a red flag if after months together you still can't say for sure what her past was like because her stories are vague or inconsistent. It could be a sign. Someone with a complicated or extensive romantic history might find it challenging to keep all the details straight, especially if they're trying to hide certain aspects. Vague responses or frequently changing stories about her past relationships can indicate she's not being completely honest or forthcoming. For instance, if she frequently changes the details of how she met certain people, or if there are gaps in her timeline that she can't explain, these could be signs of deception. Pay attention to how she reacts when you ask for more details. Does she get defensive or try to brush it off? These reactions can provide insight into whether she is being truthful or if she is trying to conceal something about her past. 4. Frequent last-minute plan changes. Does she cancel plans at the last moment often? This can be frustrating and make you wonder why it keeps happening. If she provides vague reasons for these cancellations, like a sudden meeting or an unnamed friend visiting, it might be a sign that something is off. Last-minute cancellations can indicate that she is keeping her options open or that she has other commitments or people she prioritizes. This behavior can also suggest she is used to a lifestyle where plans are fluid and not anchored to one person. Notice if the cancellations happen when she receives a call or message. Does she seem genuinely remorseful about canceling, or does she appear indifferent? Patterns of cancellations, especially with vague excuses, can be a red flag that she is not fully committed to the relationship and may be maintaining connections with other partners. 5. Comparisons to previous partners. A woman who has had multiple partners might compare you to her ex-boyfriends at some point, whether voluntarily or involuntarily. She might mention that something you did reminds her of an ex, or compare your flaws during an argument. Frequent comparisons can be a way for her to process her past relationships or set benchmarks for what she expects. However, it can also indicate that she has not fully moved on from previous partners, or that she uses past experiences as a reference point for all her relationships. Pay attention to how often and in what context these comparisons come up. Are they mostly negative, pointing out your flaws in comparison to others, or are they more benign? Addressing this behavior directly can help clarify her intentions and determine if she is ready to move forward with you without constantly looking back at her past. 6. Secretive phone use. If she becomes very secretive about her phone, keeping it face down, quickly changing the screen, or being overly dramatic when you ask to see it, she might be hiding something. Secretive behavior with personal devices can suggest she has conversations or connections she doesn't want you to see. This might be with past partners or potential new ones. It can also indicate a desire to keep certain aspects of her life private from you. Look for patterns in her behavior with her phone. Does she take calls out of earshot or become anxious when you're near her while she's texting? While privacy is important in any relationship, excessive secrecy can be a sign of hidden activities or communications that she doesn't want you to know about. If you notice these behaviors consistently, it might be worth having a conversation about transparency and trust in your relationship. 7. Overly conscious of physical appearance. If she spends significant time grooming herself, constantly checks her reflection, or frequently compliments others' appearances, she might be very image conscious. High attention to appearance can sometimes indicate she places a lot of value on external validation, which can be a habit formed from past relationships. It could also suggest she's accustomed to maintaining a certain image for multiple partners. Notice if she seems to need constant reassurance about her looks, or if she is critical of her appearance or frequently seeks validation from others. While everyone wants to look good and feel confident, excessive preoccupation with appearance can be telling. It might indicate that she is seeking approval and attention from others, possibly due to a history of relationships where appearance played a significant role. 8. Avoidance of introducing you to friends. Meeting your partner's friends is a big step, but if she avoids introducing you to them, it could be a sign that she's hiding something. Avoiding introductions to friends can mean she's not ready to integrate you into her life fully. It can also suggest she's worried her friends might reveal something about her past, or that she has had relationships with some of them. Notice if she makes excuses whenever the topic of meeting her friends comes up. Does she downplay the significance of her social circle in her life? Or does she seem uncomfortable when you suggest meeting them? Avoiding these introductions might be a way to keep you at a distance and prevent you from learning more about her past and her true social dynamics. If you notice several of these signs, it might indicate that she has had multiple sexual partners. It's important to communicate openly and give the relationship time to see if things improve. Ultimately, you deserve a partner who values emotional closeness, honesty, and prioritizes your relationship. If she continues to exhibit these behaviors and you feel insecure, it might be best to move on and find someone who aligns with your values and needs. Before you go, don't forget to like and subscribe, and turn on notifications for future videos. And remember, don't forget to spend time with your loved ones, because if you don't, you will regret it in the future. Until next time, stay strong.